I call this meeting of the South Retro Board of Education together at 6:30. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item on the agenda, would you please call the roll, Mr. Secretary?
Madam Fletcher,
Present.
AJ Johnson, Lori Hicks,
Present.
Cheryl Fletcher,
Present.
Misha Early,
Present.
Daniel Winston, present, Shirley Collins.
Present. Next item on the agenda is the approval of agenda. Are there any corrections to the agenda? There are none. The agenda will be as written. Next item on the agenda is Superintendent Communications. Mr. Kinsey.
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of Superintendent Jason Broward-Batsky, I will be presenting on the Superintendent Communications tonight. So first, I'd like to congratulate CTE student Winter Smith and instructor Jennifer Bruner. Winter completed the International Leadership HOSA competition last weekend in Indianapolis and finished in the top 10 for personal care. So kudos to Mr. Winter Smith and Jennifer Bruner. Also, I'd like to share that the end of the year celebration was a great success this year, thanks to the efforts of Mrs. Elizabeth Buchanan and Kyla Page. So over 80 attendees gathered for an evening of karaoke, and Jason Smooth Hustle Moves took the event by storm, if anybody was there to see it. So we look forward to continuing this event into next year. And that concludes Superintendent Communications, Madam President.
Next item on the agenda is Board Communications. Are there any? There are none. Next item on the agenda is comments from the audience. There are none. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Do I have a board member willing to adopt the consent agenda?
To the chair,
Yes?
I'd like to move the adoption of the following resolution, please.
There's-
Support.
It's been moved by Mrs. Fletcher and supported by Mrs. Hicks. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? 7 ayes, 0 nays. Resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda is consider state aid note for cash flow borrowing. Mr. Kinsey.
Yes, Madam President, at the meeting on June 8th, 2026, Director of Finance Mickey Berry updated the board on district cash flow projections and plans for the 2027 school year, which includes establishing a state aid note to ensure timely funding of school operations. Section 1225-8 of Act 451, Public Acts of Michigan 1976, as amended, authorizes the school district to obtain a state aid note to secure funds for school operations, contingent upon the loan being paid back when the school district receives its state school aid appropriations. The board will consider the attached resolution prepared by Miller Canfield to authorize the district to obtain one or more state aid notes in anticipation of the state school aid. A resolution is attached for board consideration.
Do I have a board member willing to adopt the resolution?
To the chair,
Yes.
I'd like to move the adoption of the following resolution, please.
Do I have a support?
Support.
It's been moved by Mrs. Fletcher and supported by Mrs. Hicks. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? 0 nays. Resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda is discuss and consider board policy manual. On November 10th, 2025, The board resolved to retain Miller Johnson as the district's board policy state provider. The Board of Education Policy Manual Committee has met frequently with Miller Johnson to review recommended changes to the board policy manual. The board discussed the recommended new policy manual on June 8, 2026. And on June 22nd, 2026, the recommended board policy manual has been submitted to each board member for review. The board will discuss the adoption of the new board policy manual as presented by Miller Johnson. A resolution is attached to board consideration. Mrs. Fleischer, would you take the lead on it?
Yes, there's two things I want to draw the board's attention to. The first one is a typo on page 3. It says that our elections of officers are done at our organizational meeting in July, and we do it in January. So that will have to be adjusted. And also, everybody should have board policy 2004 extracurricular activities. In the transition, there was a policy that was created more than 10 years ago about a GPA average for athletes, and it's incorporating that as we transition over, and the board should have gotten a copy of how that verbiage will be. And I had no calls or any questions, any concerns, so I'll ask one more time, does anybody have any questions or concerns before we put this through for consideration?
And the chair,
Yeah,
I don't have a question of concern, I just have something I'd like to say.
okay.
As I read through this, I just was looking at number 6 of what the code of conduct, I think it's up under, when it talks about letting this be a space where we all can talk freely about, have our opinions and have open communication. Out of all the things in there, I just want us to be able to have conversations, disagree, and still be able to be civil. That's literally what number 6 talks about. Me and AJ could disagree all day, but I'm gonna always respect him as a person. So out of all the things in there, I just want us to be able to do that. Agree to disagree civilly.
So for clarification, Daniel, you're okay with how that reads? You just want us to implement it?
I just want us to abide by it. I want us to abide by it.
Okay, all
That's
right.
all. Because it's not new, it just hasn't been followed. So I just want
Right.
us to really try to work on following that.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Are there
Anybody else?
Any others? I'd just like to say that I think Miller Johnson did a great job in putting together the policy. Neola, we had, 2,000, almost, we had so many pages, but Adam really did a great job in doing this policy manual. And I think that it's gonna be better like this.
To the chair,
Yes?
I would agree, having sat on that committee and actually going through it. It's much cleaner, much more effective, and I think will serve us all well.
Yes. Anyone else? A resolution is attached for board consideration. Mr. Secretary, yes.
Can I move the resolution?
Oh, yeah, that's right, okay, go ahead.
Second.
It's been moved by Mrs. Hicks and supported by Mrs. Fleischer. Mr.
Roll call.
Yes, roll call, please.
Anthony Johnson. Aye. Lauren Hicks.
Aye.
Amanda Fletcher.
Aye.
Cheryl Fletcher.
Aye.
Daniel Winston. Aye. Keisha Early.
Aye.
Shirley Johnson.
Aye.
Okay. 7-0.
7 ayes, 0 nays, resolution adopted. Next item on the agenda, comments from the audience.
You have none.
There are none. Next item on the agenda, plus vote.
Thank you, Madam President. What processes and procedures may have helped our work tonight?
Chair,
Yes.
I appreciate us pushing this thing back 2 weeks to be able to read it, because I actually had time to sit down and look through it and see what it said. So I do appreciate us not rushing through the process of this, so that was definitely a plus.
Okay. Anyone else?
Madam President, were there any opportunities for improvement tonight?
Well, I don't believe there are any. Since there's nothing further that comes before this board,
642.
I adjourn this meeting at 6:42.